Hey, so we're nearing the end of the day on election day. It's getting pretty intense. I don't know, but I want to just bring up something that I've been hearing about earlier today. As just an idea for like my last video before the election, maybe one of my last, probably my last like period until the next one, and it's about all the unfairness in the swing, toss up, battleground, whatever you want to call them, those states like Ohio and Florida. A lot of members of my family have actually been going down to Miami, and some of my dad's friends, they've headed to Miami to knock on people's doors for Obama in the really really poor neighborhoods, Haitian, Cuban, African American people, and the state Florida and Ohio too, with the Republican governments, have done amazing jobs of legally stopping their poor people from voting. And they've done this by making there be less voting stations. They've just made sure that there's way less polls. And so for these people, these poor people, Haitian and African American, that are all for Obama, that my my dad's friends and relatives have been knocking on people's doors for. I mean, these people, they're totally for Obama, but they're really poor, and it take them 4 to 6 hours to really get all the way out to a voting station and vote and get back. And they don't have time. I mean, they need to work. And they really, the poor people, and those are the people that are really voting Democratic, they just don't have the time to be able to take out that much time from work and get over and vote. And it's all because the, Florida government and, Ohio government, everyone else has done such a good job of making sure that there's too little polling stations. So my idea is to make Election Day a national holiday, and I don't know if any of you agree with me. I hope you all do agree with me. I hope you all do. But I thought that it'd be a really good idea because, or at least put Election Day on a weekend, because then everybody would be able to vote. And I think it's funny that the Republicans are so worried about people voting, whereas we Democrats are like, yes, more people vote, the more higher chance we have of winning. I find it kind of funny. I guess that's because we're supporting most people's needs, like the poor people. And those are the people that are having trouble getting out and voting. So, I mean, try to get out, please. Everybody. It doesn't really matter. Just try to get out and vote if you haven't already. We're going to make a huge decision today. On that topic, actually, I was talking to my dad, and I realized that, the government has basically been Republican since Lyndon B. And, Kennedy was assassinated. Lyndon B. Johnson was this really big Republican and who brought the people into war. And, he was a little bit moderate. He made some great society programs and things that other Republicans objected to. After him, I guess the era of conservative, Nixon, I guess Nixon was super Republican. I guess the era really started with Ronald Reagan, who put in place all the things that we have going on today that have caused this crisis. Deregulation, that's the biggest one, deregulation. And there's tons of other conservative ideas that he put into place about the markets, about everything, finances, all kinds of things. And we're just seeing the problems that occur from all of that today. Because, after him, Jimmy Carter, but he only had one term, 4 years, and didn't have much time to do anything, and nobody really liked him anyway. And then we had, George Bush Sr., of course, another Republican, right along the Reagan line. Bill Clinton was a very, very moderate Democrat with a Republican Congress, at least his second term. And today, George Bush. And so we have the option of really ending the conservative era this year, today. We could end it right here. In fact, I think that if we win, even if we don't win maybe, the Republican Party will be forced to totally redefine themselves. Actually, I think the Republicans are being forced to change their party lines right now. John McCain and Sarah Palin are picturing themselves as reformers, although they would really want to keep everything the same. They still want to deregulate, keep everything deregulated. They really want to keep everything the same. Less government, less government. Of course, at the same time, they want to buy all the mortgages and save all these banks and stuff. But they're all saying less government. And, I think they're being forced to change. Because, Republican is like the kiss of death right now. No one wants to be Republican. Some people do, but most people don't. We want to change. That's Obama's platform. That's McCain's platform, for God's sakes. They both saying that they want change doesn't really make a lot of sense. And that's really funny, actually, because, the Republicans, they've always been the exact opposite, keep everything the same. Always. I mean, maybe that explains why we've always had, election day on a Tuesday. Farmers, travel on Monday, vote Tuesday, travel back home on Wednesday, and contend the farms for the weekend and Thursday and Friday. I mean, that's obviously not really true. That's a joke. I mean, joke that's why they haven't changed it. They probably haven't changed it because they never really thought about it, and because they just wanted poor people not to vote, which would help us a lot. I mean, it used to be everybody's like, no government, less government, get out of our faces. And now all of a sudden that there's some problems because there's been too little government, all the bankers and all the, insurance agencies and everyone, they're all like, oh, government, give us money, please, we need some help. So you can see that all these conservative people, in the end, they still need the government's help. And so we have to understand that the government can't be too small, you can't shrink it too much. There can't be too much deregulation. It's a big problem. We've seen the repercussions today. And of course, I mean, too much regulation is a bad thing too. But really, today we have the option of making a choice to see if we want to end that era or keep it on going with John McCain. More of the same. So everybody get out and vote because, I mean, if more people vote, we have a bigger chance of winning, which I think is kind of funny. And, yeah, make the right decision for our country, and I hope that I can't vote, so I hope that you're all strong enough to do what's right, and I pray for Barack Obama, if he wins, that he's not murdered by all the crazy racists in this country, and I of course pray for John McCain too if he wins, that he doesn't die. Not because I hate Sarah Palin, but because John McCain is a really great guy, and during the Senate, he's done really great things. He's, of course, reached across party lines, like he says. And although he's changed most of his views to fit the conservative arena, a lot of these views I really despise, he's still a great man. So I pray that if he wins, I pray in general that he doesn't die. I mean, he is kind of old, and he has a history of skin cancer. That's what a maverick would do. And so yeah, make the right decision. Vote Obama.